Hello and welcome to the show. We are back at the Bajarama Circuit with 3 more cars being driven till destruction, starting with an interesting hybrid. This is the Tuima? That's how I'm going to pronounce it anyway. It is a combination between the 200BX and the classic Bajarama. We've got the front, kind of from the Bajarama, the back from the 200BX. It's an interesting contraption, and I am curious to see how it may fare. I think it holds more bits from the 200BX, which is not necessarily a bad thing. Not necessarily a bad thing at all, because the police variant that we took around actually survived pretty well. It made it onto 2 laps, and the wheels, most importantly for a sports car, the wheels kind of bent and buckled, but they didn't ping off. We didn't lose wheels, so we didn't lose drive, we didn't lose steering and so on. Despite it driving at horribly wonky angles and crabbing its way across most of the road, it did still keep going, which is pretty important in all of this. And I'm hoping this might do similar things. I mean, the Bajarama also, the classic Bajarama also did fare relatively well in its run. Oh dear, we've got some... we got a bit more oversteer than I was expecting. That's not quite so helpful from our car. Oopsie, there we go. Yeah, there's quite a lot of oversteer apparently going on in this. Oh, look at that. That was a lovely smooth... Well, there goes the front. There goes the front bumper. That might cause us issues. I don't know how well protected the radiator is going to be in this car. Oh, God. I'm having to have little lifts in some of these places because I've got just a tad of oversteer at the wrong moment, and then that puts you in all sorts of trouble. 4 bits and pieces. Careful now. Oh, God. We've got some big oversteer going on. Please be enough speed. Oh, ow, 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 ow. Come on, get back down on the ground, car. Down on the... Well... We have got back down on the ground. The bad news is the wheels are at all sorts of a wonky angle, but we do know that the 200BX survived like that regardless. The good news is that, well, the radiator's still in one piece, so, and the steering is still working, it's just the wheels are bent. Now, my issue we might have is we don't have the control, so as we're now trying to accelerate towards, for example, radiator springs that we're about to come to. Please stop sliding around, car. Please stop sliding around, car. Yeah, as we get to radiator springs, for example, we may not have the control to make it over as nicely as we would like. We might do. Oh God, yeah, this is not particularly great here. Come on, car. Come on. Oh God. Ow, ow. That's the radiator done for. That is the radiator done for, and I think we've lost a lot of steering now. We've still got some. It's the front right that is the worst. I mean, we're going to make it further than the K-Series, so it's not the worst car that has got in this yet. Okay, we can just about. I mean, we have still got some steering. The whole chassis is buckled on this car, which means we are trying to now drive it. Oh, it's very, very, very bad to drive. I think it's worse than the police car we had. Yeah, with the front right is essentially just floating. That's not really on the ground for very much of this run. Now, that does help me in some respects. It helps me in terms of, with that wheel being kind of useless, the fact that it's in the air for a lot of the time means that as it's flapping around, that's not causing me problems, because it's not touching the ground. So it's not touching the ground to cause me any issues. However, it's, well, if it does touch the ground, we do have problems, and we've got no ability to make speed, which is, oh, God, yeah. And then if we hit with the front, oh, come on, we can maybe get some sort of control going on. Yeah, if we hit with that front right, you never really know quite where the car is going to end up going, or it might just roll over, as you do. Come on, car. I'm gonna bloody right you again. I think this is probably going to fall over quite a lot now. Oh, that's the wrong way with the gearbox. With the wheels at the position they are and the way that the suspension, the chassis is all completely buckled, it's going to bounce up onto its side very easily. And then doing that causes problems. Oh, we're going to have issues. I fear, around here. We are going to get it up to like 45 miles an hour, which is not bad going. Oh, I'd hoped we might be able to... We're not going quick enough to clear the jump. I really didn't want to have to take another jump, but now I just rolled it, so we're going to have to go for another righting. There we go. Come on, get something in the form of drive on the go. Well, I mean, we're still moving. It's around here where the ETK 800 gave up with its flailing front wheels, and this is not This is not giving up at all, which is nice. The temperature is creeping up. The turbocharger probably won't be helping with this one. I don't think we're going to last. I don't know if we're going to be able to quite last as long as the other 200BX did. Oh, no, that's bad. That's bad indeed. Could really do without the car suddenly pulling one direction. It will pull randomly to the left, sometimes pulling to the right. It's very, very difficult to work with that when you're coming up towards a jump and you really need the car to be straight to take it off. But there we go. We've got further than the Charman. We've got further than Legrand as we move on to our second lap with our hybrid. It's the best sort of hybrid car, really. We're turning left randomly and then right randomly, and there's not... I have a very little in the way of input as to what we can do with this. Yeah, we are now beginning to overheat. It probably won't last up until radiator springs, I wouldn't have thought. We run around the back corner. Now, maybe if we can get some speed up, keep momentum going, we might be able to go a little further, even with the coolant unhappy. Oh, front left tyre is gone. That's a unfortunate place to have a problem, because that is our that's our remaining good wheel, the front left. Hopefully we will still be able to steer. Yeah, we can. We have made it up the next corner, or the next jump section. We have very little in the way of steering now, though, to the right. This has really been the trouble for this entire run in this car, is the turning to the right. However, still going. We're still going. Come on, we can make radiator springs. We can make radiator springs. Oh, no, 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 no. Don't fail me now. Don't fail me now, weird mobile. Piston rings are damaged. I thought we'd lost engine. No, we haven't. It was just I was in the wrong gear and we did lose a lot of power all of a sudden. Oil is overheating. Radiator springs is just up here. If we can get a little bit further, just a little bit more car, that's all we need. It's all we need from you here. We're not going to make it across the jump. Ooh, oh no, the drive shaft's gone. We did not have the speed to make it across the jump. It is going to be a drive shaft failure for the car. I mean, the steering was pretty well... I think that might actually be the engine dead now as well. I don't think it would have made it much further, but certainly... that is a drive shaft failure. We've got a very, very buckled chassis. Yeah. Much like with the 200BX, though, the wheels did just bend. They didn't fall off, and we kept with steering for a considerably long time. However, yeah, they're not so good from this vehicle. Again, though, it clawed its way around a lap probably a lot longer than it should have, with how buckled the steering and all of that front end was. But there we go. It would come to a rest just after radiator springs. Well, our second vehicle today will be lucky if it makes a lap, because the curse of the ETKs has been quite all-encompassing when it comes certainly to the modern cars. The I-Series did okay, got onto its second lap. However, the K-Series is currently at the bottom of the table. The 800 series couldn't make a lap, and it's all down to the wheels. The wheels on these ETKs fall off so incredibly easy. This S-Series is a mod. However, I'm not sure how much in the way of the kind of suspension has been carried over from the other vehicles. It may be based on a very similar kind of platform, so I'm expecting similar problems. I'm expecting similar problems with this car. We have, though, got a turbocharged 6-cylinder engine in this, and it is all-wheel drive. So if we do lose one wheel, we might be able to get away with it. If we lose more than one, it's going to be increasingly difficult. I hope with certainly the extra speed we will have in this car, or potentially extra speed in this car, we can get some nice clean landings to some jumps, and we can avoid any excess damage. I'm not so worried about the radiator being damaged. It's probably going to happen, but that's not what's going to kill this car. We know it's likely to be the wheels that are the issue. That was a lovely jump. That's actually perfect on the landing. We cushioned the blow lovelyly. Oh, there goes the radiator. Yeah, the radiator. Oh no, we've broken the rear left. The rear left has gone in me. God damn, we landed with the front of the car and we've still broken the rear left. We landed smack on the front bumper and the rear left is still gone. Oh, that is how weak that these wheels are. That might be the rear left pinged off completely. Oh, I've just seen how floaty all of the rear suspension. The rear suspension is not in a happy state at the moment in this S-Series. Right. Are we still good to go. We have got movement. I'm pretty sure we might be a front-wheel drive car now. Don't think there's any... Oh, the rear wheels have had it. The rear wheels have just completely and utterly had it. They are in all sorts of wonky... the entire rear axle is twisted in this car. Oh, come on. Make it up the hill. There we go. We haven't had a car go out because it can't physically climb a hill before. That would be a first. I don't think it's... Well, we might have issues in Radiator Springs. We may have a lot of issues in Radiator Springs. Come on, you can make it further than the K-Series did. Yes, you can! It has made it further than the K-Series. The front left is also at a wonky angle now. We're going to bounce and bounce. And I mean, we're doing about 20 miles an hour. This is hardly record-setting pace right now, but look at the rear left. That's just... The entire rear axle has given up the will to live. Are any of these gears going to be better? No. Second gear, I think, is going to be the one. I think, you know, we might overheat before we break anything else, because we're now going so slowly that we're going... We're going so slowly that I'm not sure we can break anything else before the engine overheats. I'm also suspecting that this damage is not helping us in terms of cooling, because I'm having to drive the car constantly flat out to get it up to any speed. Oh god, that's wobbling from side to side. This is a very interesting way that it's broken, and if we could do more than 20 miles an hour, it would be an interesting drive, but... Come on, car. Maybe it can... Oh, dear. Oh, that's definitely not good now. We're dragging the wheel. If we could at least be more wheel-like rather than DeLorean-like, that would be really helpful. Right, at this moment, you're not a flying car. That's not going to help having the wheel sort of rubbing its face along the floor. My hope was we might be able to get further than the 800 series. It does not look like that is going to be the case here. Oh, that's the wrong way with the gears. Come on. Keep going. Keep... Just... It is just keeping going here. Oh, we're going to... Not quite going to snap off the right-hand side. I don't know if second or first is better at this moment in time. We're limping our way. It's not going to be the last place vehicle, and it's made it further than the Barstow. It has made it onto this second motocross section. I mean, if we could make it to the end, even, of this second motocross section, the conrod bearings are damaged. The 800 series went out on the jump just up ahead here. This is where the... Oh no, it's the next one. We've got to make it over 2 more crests, I think. Yeah, come on, keep going. If we can make it to the corner, if we could even just roll it to the corner. The problem is, because that rear wheel is now giving us such resistance, even if we make it across there, we've made it further than the 800 series. Even if the engine dies now, we're not going to be able to roll because... Oh, we've pinged the wheel. No, wheel, come back. Turbo's gone. Everything's gone. Turbo's overheating. The engine's died. The wheel briefly pinged back out of its position, however. It's gone. It's dead. Technically speaking, it was the overheating that killed this vehicle, although there's a lot more to it than that, with the rear axle damage, well, just so comprehensive, really, that we couldn't go above 20 miles an hour, meaning we couldn't actually take any speed across any of the jumps. So, yeah, I have no doubt that had we not had taken so much damage early on, we would have gone out. We probably would have gone out quicker had we not taken so much damage early on, because one bigger jump, one sort of even mediocre speed landing would probably have bent or buckled the front quite easily. But there we go. It is very, very much dead, but it made it the furthest of all of the modern ETKs. Yes, to finish off today, we have indeed got a bus. The Bluebird TC2000 is going to tackle this course. Now, plus side of a bus, I would hope it'd be relatively strong. You know, there's an awful lot of vehicle here. However, the downside is there is also an awful lot of weight, which means landing of jumps is going to be very, very heavy. There's going to be a lot of force going through the suspension and whatever it is that hits the ground, so I do fear we might break stuff quite easily as well. This is a relatively fast bus. Got a pretty decent-sized engine with a big turbocharger on it, which means it can certainly shift. That might also hinder it slightly in some ways. I say hinder it. With more speed comes bigger jumps, comes heavier landings, come probably more broken bus. We will wait to see, though. With more speed, we might be able to get smoother landings, though, and keep it going. On the plus points, there is a fair bit of overhang around at the back, certainly, at the front a little bit as well. And I do wonder whether we might end up kind of crumpling and smashing that stuff up, and that takes some damage first before the likes of the radiator get hit. Look at it fly through the air! Oh, that's a very heavy landing on the front. That is a horrendously heavy landing on the front, and then on the back suspension has not fared very well from that. Funnily enough, my fears about it not really being able to survive the sort of forces going on, that rear right is collapsed. I'm pretty sure that there is no suspension work going on there at all. We've lost a few windows. However, radiator is still in one piece. The rear left is looking actually quite hard to tell with the bodywork, whether it's just bodywork is caved in or whether it is suspension damage, although repeated smacks on the back. In fact, I think we're going to get to the point where there's so much damage to that rear suspension we're hitting it with the back of the rear bumper rather than landing it on its wheels. That could be damaging to the engine. Oh, we've lost something. We're shedding bits of bodywork as we go up here. Oh, Christ, we're twisted and we're wonky and we're going to go face first into radiator springs, but we're all right. We're it's bouncing and wobbling, and now I think the rear left's gone. I think the bus, I don't know if it's the bodywork or the chassis, something is at an all twisted and wonky angle. This is not the angle a bus is supposed to be at. I would not want to be a passenger on this bus at all. This would be terrifying. And we're going to go through the air. Oh, we're still alive. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how the suspension is going to be after all of this punishment. By the looks of it, unhappy. If we continue abusing it in this manner. This is ridiculous. This is as ridiculous as I had hoped it would be, but it's still going. It's made it further than the truck. It's made it further than, well, the K-Series certainly. We might actually make it further than, well, the modern ETKs have. If we could make it potentially onto its second lap. Could we really have the bus go furthest of all of the vehicles today if we don't get it beached? Getting it beached on one of these little jumps would not be great. I imagine it would be quite easy to do with this vehicle. Oh, we might have enough speed. Yes, we do have enough speed to get... Oh, that's going to hurt when we come back down again to land. Oh, don't go off the map. Okay, we've got a little bit stuck because we're on the edge of the map. Now that's not a problem we have seen before, so I will be allowed to drag the bus off of there. That's oh no, wait, because of course we're in the automatic mode, so I've got to hold the. There we go. Got the reverse going. Right. Oh dear. Oh the. As I said, I'm not sure whether it is the bodywork that is twisting or whether it's the actual, like the bodywork twisting on its mountings on the chassis or whether it is the entire chassis that's twisting. I can't tell. Oh, something important snapped, I think. Intershaft. It's not a drive, whatever. What's the difference between an intershaft and a drive shaft? I'm not sure, but whatever it is has gone on our bus. Oh, damn it. We could not make it onto a second lap here. That is I mean, look at how low the bodywork is riding on that suspension. That kind of tells you everything you need to know. I was right in my fears of big impacts causing a lot of damage. That has utterly collapsed. The left-hand side has fared worse in this one. The front of the bus is not exactly great. The radiator survived absolutely fine. However, just repeated impacts would snap I'm assuming an equivalent drive shaft, basically, going on with this. Yeah, the bus did not make it onto a lap 2. It did, though, make it further than the ETK S-Series, which I guess is something to be relatively proud of. Well, there were no real massive winners in this week's episodes. The Tuima would go furthest, making it onto its second lap. It actually died in a near identical way to the Police 200BX driveshaft snapping on radiator springs. The police car, though, would roll a fraction further down the road. However, yeah, both cars suffering similar issues. We do have to go down to 18th place to find the Bluebird bus with the intershaft failure. It didn't make it as far as the stanced Bazima, amusingly, although it did make it a couple of metres further down the road than the ETK S-Series. The ETK, though, did beat the Charmand and the 800 series, so, I mean, it was spectacular, I think, is what we're going to go for with the S-Series. It was a spectacular rear, kind of everything failure, pretty much, on that car. However, that is going to be it for this video. As ever, I shall put links to all the mods I've used in the description, so you can download them, have a go with them yourself. But until next time, goodbye.